How about now? Can you hear me now? Sorry. Give me a sec. Okay. Apologies for that. Okay. Should now... Okay. Apologies for that. I'm having small technical difficulties today. Like running late. Or maybe not running late, but in general... one thing wasn't set up, and I hope you're gonna see everything today. Was what I want to show you. Let me just quickly check how the this works. Yeah, it's almost perfect, but we're gonna get there in a sec. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, right. I'm here. Just get my haircut quickly. Right, today wasn't with the small screen when we actually show that we're going to be starting the chat. I'm here, I can see the chat. Chat is coming with delay because I'm actually seeing the chat through the YouTube, so I won't be able to pop the chat questions on the screen, but I'll try to read them out, every single one. Okay. So as always, welcome to Archon Studio. Welcome to our live stream. We're gonna be talking a few things about it. I'm sorry for misalignment of windows, like this one here. Unfortunately, something happened and all the settings disappeared. So just a few seconds before I started, I needed to do it kind of from scratch. So we're gonna go through this. We're gonna go through this today quite quickly, I believe, because of those technical difficulties. And I'm gonna get ready for everything and such. So one of the questions I can see are how the things at Archon HQ. Yeah, great. At the moment is actually great. I'm going to USA next week. I'm going to USA. We're flying over for the trade show. There's a trade show in the trade show. So yeah, we haven't moved yet to the new office. The new office got approval last week, literally last week. So we have a final approval from the government. We are going to be able to move in there. So that's that. Looks good, looks great, to be honest. Everybody's actually, we can't wait to get there. That's including entire team, to be honest. And like, you know, we are totally fed up with this building where we are located currently, as it's not the greatest. So that's that. We are quite ahead with projects, and I have quite a lot to show you. I hope, yes, at least the camera works. Yep, everything works. I've got quite a lot to show you in terms of sprues and what exactly we have done in the last couple of weeks. So that's that. Thank you. Have a nice trip. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because we fly in first to New York, and then we have to fly to Las Vegas, and then from Las Vegas back to New York, and then back to Poland. So there's a few great meetings I'm having there. I'm holding there for a number of IP products. So maybe we will come back victorious from the trade shows. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know definitely. So saying that, I'm not gonna be available 2 weeks from now, which means the next live stream we're gonna have to move it for 3 weeks from now, which means that or either my team is gonna be running. I'll ask my team. Maybe my team will be able to do it. Maybe Shimon with Jakub. We will see. They should well, maybe slowly get in there. But anyway, this is where we are. LVO. I was wondering if I don't see the word. We are not at LVO, not this year, maybe next year. So today we're gonna talk quickly about the Heroes 3. Then we can move to the Battleground, as the campaign is starting literally next week. Then we have the caves. I do have some sprues and 3Ds to show you. Master of Orion, I have some updates for you to show. You've seen it the screen, so there's a couple bits to discuss. And then if you're patient and you're going to stay till the end, also have a number of concepts for the miniatures to show you from the Heroes Might and Magic battles. So that's that for today. So first questions from AMA. So first question, if you decide to go with the crowdfunding for another expansion, please think about some add-on like revise rulebook, maybe some options to get correct cards, etc. Okay, we have already posted this, and I will show you this one on the full screen just in a second when we move to the home slides. There is ongoing plan to do that. So what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be adding is basically a small booklet about how to play and how to basically play it. So what you have received in the game is just basically the rules. So you have to read them from beginning to end to actually play the game. And what we find out, this might be a little bit issued because there is no learning curve. You basically have to learn the game like entire game in order to get through it. So yeah, that needs to be addressed, and the way we're going to be addressing this one is to add additional content in the rulebook itself. So the first 10-15 pages, they're going to be about what's the name? They're going to be about the how to play basically. So one simple mission when you go through with the rulebook when you learn the game. So that's the initiative. Jakub started this one. We mentioned this one on a Board Game Geek. The team is being assembled for that, and this will be part of the next revised rulebook. I know that during the last stream it was stated that there is no possibility of discuss arts with community. But I would ask if possible to do similar as Awakened Realms do. There is a pool of 4 different designs of some graphics, and community may vote for the references. It's not. Let me start with one. It's our IP. It is IP product. So what does it mean? As IP, this means we are unable to do a lot of changes or as such. That's one thing. The other thing is that we work with many, like, if you compare any project from Awakened Realms, this is their own IP, and there is no third party to approve. So the risk is here that if we're going to take anything through a fans, and you decide that graphic number 3 is great and we should use it, and if we send this one through the approval and it won't be approved because the licensors won't be happy with it, it might cause a lot of issues which we don't want to have it. So especially with people backfiring because we haven't used what they propose us to use basically, right? So that's one. The other thing is it slowed down a lot of process for us. Whether the Awakened Realms doesn't have to go and wait for something to be approved to show you. They just basically going to say, okay, this is the graphic you choose in vote, and we're gonna be using it. So that's the privilege. We don't have it, and especially with the IP projects. And the last one, which is the most important for me, is that I'm not gonna be telling our graphic designers, our artists, what they have to do, and because I don't know nothing about it, right? I have to count on their expertise, the skill and such. To create the great arts, and that's also the reasons why we don't want anybody providing feedbacks. And with all due respect, we could only take the feedback from artists, from other artists. That's one. That's great because this is creative feedback, and then from the licensors. So that's only one thing we can actually do. Yeah. Okay. Will Archon even create miniatures in the grotesque style, like the tortured souls of Clive Barker? Okay. We had just one project. We had one project which was called Call of the Void, and there was idea for that. So the Call of the Void was meant to be a board game, but it meant to be like a horror board game, and we were type of unlucky because at the same time Nemesis was in works by Awakened Realms, And when the Awakened Limbs announced Nemesis, we just found out our project is very similar, except wasn't aliens, was actually Cthulhu. It was extremely close to what Awakened Limbs did with the Nemesis. So we kind of said, okay, we have to move with this project back, and there was no point to releasing almost similar game, right? To the public. We had like very grotesque style miniatures and creatures in that game, really grotesque. Thomas designed it, so it was combination of Event Horizon with aliens, with Cthulhu, basically, type of game. Yeah, so we had that one in mind. So what happened with Call of the Void? Call of the Void was shifted to our own IP, which we have been working for some time now. And at some point, definitely, we are planned to, well, it is already in our delivery plan for 2025 to deliver our own IP projects, which then means that within that scope of that IP, there is also different type of spin backs, like like board games, for instance, right? So the Call of the Void will be back on a plate somewhere around 2025, 2026, just to have better start with that, with the IP itself. So I'm already committed to our own IP at the moment, because we've been doing so many times, we've been doing so long for other IPs, and yeah, and I think this is where we are now with company stability and finance at the point where we can actually invest money into this. So it's type of complicated discussion about investment into your own IP. Yeah. Only because if the company is not stable enough and there is no income coming from different sources, you wouldn't be able to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna burn a lot of money and you're not gonna get nowhere. So yeah, that's why most of the cases we started. I mean, most of the companies started with RPs, right? The Games Workshop started mainly with the Dungeons and Dragons, and they were piggybacking on Dungeons and Dragons for many years. Especially on the miniatures front, when they take over the Citadel miniatures, and the Citadel miniatures was making the minis for it, right? So anyway, yeah. What is called the drive-through RPG release of the Deus Rulebook? I don't know, Jakub is on the comments. He probably gonna be quite happy to give you an answer. What's going on with the drive-through RPG? I mean, to be fair, maybe not Jakub. Actually, this is somebody else. What is holding it is basically paperwork. It's purely paperwork, purely accounting. See, what we find out over the years that we are running our business like you should run your business, right? So all the paperwork, all the taxes paid, everything, bang on. But not other companies are not really, especially in a hobby, they just, I think, a little bit too chill out, and it's very difficult to get from them, proper paperwork and drive. If I remember last time we asked them for the tax residency certificate. Is the document you should have it as a company, because if somebody wants to deal the business from abroad, you have to present this document to that company that you operate within taxes of your country and such. And when you ask the company about that document and they surprised about it, it's just like, okay, so are they running business if they don't have a tax certificate, and such. And I think, if I last remember, this is the document which we're currently waiting from them to get and get everything uploaded into drive-through RPG. Otherwise, we have to pay additional taxes on our end, which it's completely ridiculous. Right? We can avoid this one as long as we're gonna get the tax residency certificate. Same goes for a number of freelancers. We lost many good freelancers only because they were unable to provide this tax residency certificate, or they were running business without even registering the business. So this is the other point, we cannot actually do it. Yeah, but it's a hobby, so that's what it is. Is any more Prismacast scheme to show? I have something on my desk to show you. Just in a second, we're gonna get to caves, and I will show you. Let me check the comments from the board. Sneakers, hello, thanks for your hard work. Have a nice trip. Thank you very much for that. Is an updated rulebook for the Heroes 3 on the works? I did mention this one, that we're gonna have this additional section at the front of the rulebook, allowing people to actually start playing the game whilst they're learning the game itself. So yeah, that's how it should be from the day one, I think, but we missed that. Yeah, Jakub is right. Legal analysis would be better wording, perhaps. Exactly, legal analysis. There is also additional like a tax implication, because Poland is extremely complicated in terms of taxes, and especially when you add to this one European taxes, EU regulations, right? And who is the source, and blah blah blah. So lots of things there. Okay, does the Archon plan to organize support tournaments in local game pub stores? Yeah, we've started this, especially with on the Battleground, and Battleground was the testing ground for the tournament supports. We do have like a tournament pack, which you can get it from us. If you plan to run tournament and support us with your time, then definitely get in touch with us. I think the best option to do that is just send us an email, and especially send us an email to a rules team. I think our webpage, new webpage, which was launched like a couple of weeks ago, with problems, because why not? It's got now possibility to actually send the email directly to our rules team, and yeah, you can get the stuff from there. Stuff, this means the organized packs, tournament packs, especially for Battleground. For Heroes of Might and Magic, there is also planned. The first tournament for Heroes of Might and Magic is happening right just literally in 2 months' time at Percon. There is a number of cards to be, special content cards to win. I just realized I haven't put the graphics on there, but if you're going to follow any updates, tomorrow update for Heroes 3, all the information will be in that update. Yeah, so there's a small bits and bobs to get it, and we are planning the same level of tournaments and support of tournaments worldwide. So if you want to support this and you want to run the tournament, yeah, just get in touch with us. Heroes 3, since the courier has changed from some countries for FedEx to Poland Post, will there be any changes in prices for shipping? No, we're gonna cover this cost because it's more expensive to ship it through Poland Post than from FedEx. So we are not gonna be charging you more for it, if that was the question. Yeah. Okay, Heroes. So there's a question about the model Battleground coming from Robert. Battleground game found, if backed, you get a free figure of Roboto. What all the people who already have the Battleground and up to wave 7 got. Okay. This type of questions, you have to just go on the Game Found page, just post there. My team is analyzing every single comment. I think we have changed one of the pledges because there was the requirement from you, from the supporters, which is reflecting this issue. Okay, so have a look. So Arturo asked the question where I can post ideas for expansions to see if others like them and if there is possible to carry them out. The best way would be our Discord channel. If you go to Discord and join our channel at Discord and yeah, and post there. The development team, our design and development team entire is at the Discord, so they will be able to analyze the idea, and obviously if it's good, they're gonna use it or such, and they will invite you to basically design a room where it could be take it further. Okay, so you probably have seen this, right? So Heroes 3, the team is working on the new expansions. This is great announcement though. This is something which actually was pushed through Ubisoft. We're kind of surprised that they're going to allow this, and they're interested in this one, and a proposal came from them. So this is absolutely amazing to see that. This is not the last cooperation. I think we will have some more cooperations in plan. We'll see. But you can go on our blog post. You can go on our page, on the blog post, and then you will find all the information there in the blog. I think this is something which many people didn't expect it, to be honest, because it's not, well, it wasn't canon, but now it's a canon, right? I mean, we just put the stamp of canon on it. That was a community faction, now just became official faction. So I think this is actually great. So that's that. This is the just going back to the first discussion about the add-on for the revised rulebook. Jakub mentioned this one on Board Game Geek. There's several number of answers down the bottom, and what we really want to do is rules in a nutshell or game tutorial. I think it's much more like a game tutorial or kind of learning the game. So as you play, learn as you play, which means that we will that's going to be in the updated rulebook, and also as an additional PDF to download and such. So that's the plan, to allow people to learn the game much faster, because otherwise, as I mentioned, you would have to read entire book of rules, all those pages from beginning till end, and then play, which is even more complicated, because then you have to go back to the rule book because you forgot what you just read at the beginning. I mean, that's normal, that's human things, and then you have to learn it anyway again, read it again and learn it anyway. So yeah, so that is happening. So as we are on the tournaments, let me just, maybe if you just give me a few seconds and watch my face. Hello, my face. And if you just give me a few seconds, I will try to find for you what we are talking about here in terms of tournament. Okay, I do have that. Let me just download. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that quickly. Maybe not. Maybe not. I want to show you this. Okay. I messed up a little bit, so today is just not the best technical day for me. Right. Let's do it this way. Yeah, so as you know, this is this is the first tournament where you can win. You can get some very old magazines, CD Action magazines, and then it's a 5 cards you're gonna get of the neutral units. It's a new design of cards, right? What is that? Yeah, you have also 10 the astrologers cards, so they're also gonna be unique. So exactly the same will be available for other languages and for other countries, as long as you go into a supported tournaments, right? So if you're going to find somebody, if you're going to find a venue, we're obviously going to be supporting this one as well, any way possible. So if you really want to, like, you know, full support, yeah, the team is ready to do that for you as well. Okay. I'm really messing around a lot of things today, so really sorry for that. Really sorry for that. My setup is now in. Need to reset up everything. Okay. Can we get update on delivery on the current pledges? Why jump right away to future plans and tournaments? This tournament is planned with the date when everything is shipped out, so it's not gonna happen. This tournament is not gonna happen right before we ship the games out. What left basically is the second wave of shipping, which we mentioned that is gonna be at a different date of shipping than the first wave. So we are currently just waiting on that one to arrive, and then once it's here, the second wave, so other languages will be out of the door. So a little bit patient, give us some time. And realistically speaking, if we just think, you know, kind of logically, if we're going to leave this game alone for, you know, period of 3 or 4 months, right, it's gonna die off. We cannot allow this game to die off. We just have to carry on doing what we're doing, so tournaments. And vast majority of the people already received the game, so about 20,000 people, 21,000 people received the game's pledges. So yeah, unfortunately that's the case. So I mean, Ukraine, Serbia, and Israel. Israel because of, well, yeah, that's true. Ukraine, I think the solution was fine. Serbia, I don't think the Serbia should be any problem. I think the Serbia, only the one problem with Serbia is that we are sending individual emails to ask backers to confirm that they're going to be paying, you know, the extra taxes they have to pay. Like, you know, in most of the countries, whenever you receive something from EU, or, you know, the import taxes or VAT taxes. Because otherwise, if you don't confirm this one, the parcel will be back to us with the massive bill. I think one of the parcels just came back from Serbia. We needed to pay almost $200 for it. Like, the pledge was $190, and we paid additional $200 to get this parcel back because the Serbian government decided to put all the taxes on top of it and charge the shipping company for those taxes because the parcel is going back. Even that parcel hasn't reached the backer. This is just, you know, crazy. So that's only one thing per Serbia. Yeah, so let's go back here still, because I want to see whether we have some more questions regarding the heroes. The question is, will the natural horn of the abyss creatures will also come? Oh yeah, Jakub just answered yes. Yeah, that's correct, there will be. That's the plan. Okay. I'm checking what's the more comments. Corvus, incredibly impressed with how you all interact with your communities. Thank you for that. You're open for feedback. Okay, Nang, thanks for your comment. Yeah, that's the plan. And we're gonna be doing this one forever. That's for sure. So what's the current timeline for Wave 2? I did mention this. We're just waiting for shipment to be confirmed to us. Right, so once we have the shipping confirmation date, we will post this one straight away to you. I don't trust China anymore, by the way. I don't trust non-manufacturing China. Doesn't matter what they say and how much they're gonna try to convince us to give them business because they're gonna be on time. I will always say bullshit, BS. I will call them BS because yeah. So once we have the shipment confirmed and everything being packed on a ship. On the ships, we'll let you know. But definitely we're not gonna be missing any dates in terms of releases, and especially the Perkon one. So yeah. So you have to give us a little bit more time. I think all tomorrow's updates will have like really good explanation for that. Yeah. Well, the dates, I mean. What's the updates on the new UK hub? Right. So. Oh, that's actually a good topic to discuss. Brexit is it's great. Whether I come up with Brexit is, I don't know who make money on Brexit, right? There must be somebody literally pushing the Brexit agenda to not, you know, make money, because that doesn't make sense at all. in general, we decided to open the business like a company in the UK, a branch of our company, because that's only one way to do it. Every other avenue I checked, every other possibility for us to run proper business in the UK, because we have to do it in a proper way, which means we do have to have like quite a lot of stock in the UK and such. It's to take it through that road. So we need to have established business and such. So this is our accounting company is actually on it as we speak. Accounting company in the UK. Is on it to get that one sorted out, and as soon as we have it, we will just get a business running in the UK as we should. Okay. We were looking at other avenues, like have a third-party company, kind of drop shipping products and such. And from tax point of view, we get a different information from the UK government how to do it, and we have completely different information from EU how to do it. Eventually, I think that's one of the reasons why Games Workshop needed to open the business in Germany, and that's what they did, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to run the business. So I'm looking at some cable here. I mean, you hear me, right? Okay. I look into adding second factory in the UK or just UK office. It's gonna be a UK full sales and warehousing operation. We are not looking at having full setup of manufacturing in the UK because it's already complicated. It's too close basically, so there is no point. But on top of that, it's very complicated because to run entire production in the UK, it means we're gonna have to kind of divide and conquer with our engineers, which I don't want to do it. I want to have, like one manufacturing hub and things like that. Oh, by the way, this is a second story about the GW. GW opened they had a manufacturing in Memphis many years ago. They opened the factory in 2001 in Memphis, and literally a couple of years later, they shut down the factory and just left it just pure for the warehousing operation. Because they couldn't, I mean, you have one tool made in UK and then you needed to ship it to United States and so on. Completely unmanageable, where you can just make the product and in the UK and ship it to USA. So that's what it is. But the plan for the UK is to have at least a good number of sales team, warehousing. So this means the entire stock line being available in the UK and such. And then the most important for you as a backers is that we would like to ship a backers pledges from the UK, within the UK, which means you would have no additional Brexit and FedEx charges, which nobody can explain to us why they're happening, right? That nobody knows why they're happening, and even FedEx cannot explain to us why they're happening. They're just happening apparently, out of the blue moon, and everybody keep calling this Brexit tax. It's not fun because some people in the UK getting pledges with no additional costs, and some other have to pay, and and try to explain why person is not getting additional charges, why somebody else is getting additional charges. This is just nonsense. Would it be business to business or direct to sell to? Just really curious here. Yeah, both. So business to business operation, like brick and mortar stores and distributors, and direct to sell too, because as well. So this means that every single online order will be shipped out of the UK to a customer right in there. So that's the plan. So really big plans. It's I initially thought it's gonna be easy job and we're gonna sort it out everything literally in a couple of weeks, and we started this one almost 2 months ago, something like that. No, in April. Yeah, well, March. We are in May, so it's almost 3 months. And within 3 months, we cannot get any damn answer how to do it, from nobody. And we're getting some conflicting answers from different tax officers. I don't know. But we have to do it properly, right? That's the priority number one. Okay, the Battleground, starting in 5 days. Battleground, this is the, you might not know, but I think in my personal opinion, it is the best game we ever made. It's the best game. It's the game which I absolutely love. Only because, you know, you have to try it to understand why. It's like so unpredictable when you play the game. What I really like is this, you know, this stress of your enemy is gonna do something which you don't know or you didn't predict, or you have a plan and your enemy can actually ruin your plan with a single play, and then you have to come up with another plan very quickly. Because this game is about cooperation of your other miniatures, right? So you have to kind of run it with the combos. So one hero support other hero and such. Otherwise, you don't maximize their strengths, right? So, but if you plan something to do this round, and your enemy just do this and that and that and that, all of a sudden you have to come up with a new plan within a few seconds or few minutes. You have like 1 minute to think about it. This is great because your brain just running at 100% of, you know, your capacity of, you know, oh Jesus, I need to do this. And it's extremely engaging. It's not like, that's what I hate in the normal war games nowadays, and especially those designed in the 90s. When, you know, you watch tournaments, and I do still watch a lot of tournaments, and you see people play in the way that, you know, yeah, it's your turn, so I'm gonna use my phone and spend 25 or half an hour on my phone. I don't have to watch what you do, right? So that's not the type of game. So, but it's going to USA now. It's gonna be available in USA. As such, I think I have the graphic ready for that. Yeah, so Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the USA. So that's good. And then we're starting on the 14th. So on a game found, you get the follower gift. So if you backed and at any level, basically you're gonna get that one. Now we found some spot and some space on the sprue, so we just added additional pieces of terrain there. So that's, you know, pure joy and really something special. And then because we ran this idea always about returning backer's gift. So if you're going to be back in this one, this is something extra you're gonna get from us. Okay, question here. Whoever is at the Percon make videos. I want to see one-to-one goes, especially when some players have a judge question. Yeah, there's gonna be a team of designers, by the way, from Heroes out there. I don't think there is that many questions to be answered. You have to bear in mind one thing. I mean, correct me. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm tracking and looking at Heroes, and there is no many question about the. Once you play the game a few times, once you understand the game, and once you see everything, there's no questions about the game. There's no like, oh, something is broken and you have to fix it. I haven't seen this type. I call them syntax error questions. Syntax error question for me is when there's really something wrong with the game and you don't know what to do it completely. Like there is no answer. And for most of those questions, if somebody asks the question about the rules, other people just saying, "Oh, you find the answer here, or you find the answer there." That's about it. Yeah, it is a complicated game because it's a huge game. It's got lots of rules. But there's no syntax errors. So yeah, and then we also have we're gonna have the game designers. So the game designers will be there on the day. So yeah, I think it's gonna be all fine. Well, maybe not. And yes, you are right, because I'm reading your comments now about, you know, the questions on even, you know, Magic the Gathering tournaments. Of course, yeah, there will be always questions. But the thing is, those questions can be answered in the rules itself. So yeah, but we will have the support team there. Any type of rule questions. We'll see how much competitive it will be. I hope it's not that much, although it's Poland, so it might be very, very competitive. So, play on. If you haven't played Battleground, if you're just wondering about how this game works and how you play, you may go on the Play On channel, YouTube channel, and they did great video play through. There's gonna be much more it's gonna be much more materials coming from them, so you may go and watch it. It's a good video. They're actually quite fun, and the game is fun. So first of all, congratulations and good luck, Jarek, on your upcoming projects. Thank you. I'm sure you will nail it. Thank you. Are there any news about Israeli shipment? The only news I can give you, last week we got parcels from Green Logistic. We got them last week just because the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was a bank holiday. So the 1st, 2nd and the 3rd of May was a bank holiday. And today's 9th, so we already came back this week. So last week was very, very short. Sorry, we got them this week, Monday. And I think most of them were shipped out, although I cannot confirm. So what I will do, Jakub, if you just take a note, just make sure that, yeah, okay, already answered that. Yeah, I'll try to check out and include the answer to tomorrow's Kickstarter update. So yeah, it will be more information in tomorrow's update, okay, for you. So can you please offer an estimate, at least, about the shipping of Wave 2 on Heroes 3? It was expected in June 2024. That's correct. It was expected in June 2024. That was with assumption that we're gonna be shipping out in December. We start shipping out in January. Majority of that was sent out in February, so we had like 3 months delay. In your case, in this case, I don't think it should be 3 months delay, but we will confirm as soon as we have the boat's number, the shipping number, okay? I don't want to tell you even estimate, because even estimate might be too optimistic or not enough optimistic, so that's the thing. Just follow the updates tomorrow. Let's see what the team is gonna be able to, what intel the team is gonna be able to gather for tomorrow's update, okay? We're doing our best to get that one now, because in July there is PyRCon, and it's an official release date for the game, so we have to have everything. And this production of Second Wave, it is linked with retail releases, so it doesn't matter what needs to come to us before that, even before that. Okay. Do I have everything? Okay, so Master of the Universe Battleground. I think that will be all for that. Yeah. Oh, there's one more question. How many new waves can we expect? Snake Man Wave 8, Battalion Heroes Wave 10. Yeah, there's a few more. There's a few more. We'll see how big the Game Fund campaign will be, because this campaign will run with normal rules of campaign. So more we gather, more we're going to unlock, basically. So there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff to be unlocked, and some exclusive miniatures as well, and dinos. Yep. But stay tuned. What we have next? Okay, Deus Lair. By the way, it was shipped out, right? I just want to say thank you for everybody, to anyone, to whoever, well, you guys. Thank you for supporting the Deus Lair campaign. It's officially out and blah blah. So yeah, it was out a couple weeks ago, but there was no AMA, so I just wanted to put this one out. Yeah, we hit the dates again, so we did start shipping a little bit earlier. but we hit the dates, so which is great. Caves. There's a number of things we designed for caves. There's a number of things of elements you haven't seen it. So we have the wolves. We do have this a trap. So this trap is actually movable, right? It is on a pin, so you place the trap there, inside there, and it moves. So that's good. That's good design, though. And there's more dwarves available. Then, by the way, if you have seen them before, sorry for that. I just got rid of every single bit, but I don't think you have seen these things. The traps and the crossbow. I would say crossbow traps. Cannonball trap. And then we have this type of, I don't know, clears? I would say, yeah. And then team also design small rocks. So these are just rock on a pin, basically, to go into slits. More dwarfs. Then we have some camps, some barrels, and some other camps elements, right? These things are one piece, I believe. About that, but I think these are one piece. You have seen that one. And some levers and other things. And some small bear traps. So the team was busy. We have currently 3 people working on these projects, and especially on those add-ons. Other sculptors are moved to the Battleground, which they finished, by the way, because it's IP product, so we have to have before we start the campaign. Everything needs to be done. Tooling. Okay, so you know us, and you know that whenever we have like a free extra room on a sprue, we're going to add some extra bits. So almost this is like additional, right? Additional. There wasn't an intention to be in that tool, but we had room, so we decided to actually add small additional bits to it. So that's the tooling layout design. This one is actually done, but wasn't tested on the machine yet. I just wanted to show you because this is gonna be like, you're gonna get more of those things, like additional content on the sprues. This one is a design for the railroad sets, railroads set. So as you can see, how much the the elements you're gonna get there, and what's the content. So that's that. There's also a good number of pieces there. I believe it is not yet cut. It shouldn't be yet cut because we meant to check 100% of connection, whether there is no issue whatsoever, and it meant to be 3D printed. Maybe it was, maybe the team did that without notifying me, and this means that's good because it means that they know what they're doing. Okay, but that's that, and as soon as I have it, I'll show you. And yeah, it's gonna be made in the silver plastic. That was Orion. That is Orion. Okay, so there's a couple of things I want to show you before then. Okay. Not sure if you have seen this one. That's this proof. That's this proof for the ritual site. I just want to show you again the quality. A lot of candles. Some scores there. That's the floor. You know, I'm happy at least camera actually works, so that's great. That's great. Right? Okay. And I've got it assembled here. Do I? Do have. Right. But if I show you. That's the another sprue. Right, this one is for the combat arena. This one I did show you, I think, before. Look at that. And by the way, this is first time when we did something crazy like that for dungeons and lasers train sets. I really like it. I've got it here assembled. Show you. Right. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on one second. Let me just move this one away. I'm gonna bring it in a sec. Alright, today is not the best day, to be honest. Oh, before we move on, we've got that sprue also done. This is the gate. So just to show you the quality. So you have like a plain gate, right? And then you have all those additional bits and bobs put on there. And then we have this demon head. Come on, no joke. This is GW quality, right? Absolutely love it. I'll wait for Balrog. Right, so that's the spider nest set, right? I want to show you, it's actually quite large, it goes from here to there. But this is something new we've done, right? So we have like this 1 inch, well, one square thingy bridge, which then connects with a 2 square tile, right? So you have to use this one in order to connect everything. But again, here you have something we haven't done before as well. Look at that. I mean, that's gonna be joy to paint. This is the next one for the machine to go to the for the painting machine. As we are on the painting one, we are testing out different colors, different scheme of colors and such. So I just want to show you this. That's only test, by the way. So don't freak out if something is wrong, whatever. I know there is a separate things we have to improve, especially the colors on the side. But there is a couple things we have to, get improved on that one, and it's gonna be improved still a little bit. And especially the plastic is not the final color because this is just a 3D print, right? So we have to test it on 3D print because if it doesn't work well, if something doesn't work well, we're gonna have to go back, obviously, and fix it, right? One sec, let me just move this one away. And that's the combat arena. So you got those 2 bridges, which are separate one. I think they connect in different way you want to connect them, so you can stack them up like that. So that's basically 2 additional elements. They do not join, but I think they have they are enough. They do have enough. Something works somehow. But anyway, that's the element. And then you have those 2 bridges on the side, right? So again, I want to show you the quality. This is the my favorite one. Absolutely my favorite one. Okay. Then the bridge. So, and this could be used for any sets. Right, you got that much up. Right? That's that. I think on the renders you can see it goes something like that around and something like that around. Yeah, but it's enough flexible to move it around and place it whenever you want. Okay, one sec. Okay. That's the one I had over there, which it's a deep mines, right? So I wanted to show you this. Come on, this cannot go any better. I mean, this is like really amazing. Yeah. Yeah, and the last one, I mean, you have seen it, so I just want to show you again. So that was the, that's the portal, right? And 2 pins portal, basically. It's on easy removal sprue. So you can just clip it off that way, the bottom here, so there's no any details being harmed on the side. These things could be glue on if you want, or just leave them alone, get outside. And then you have those 2 additional plugs to go here and there, and then obviously the that bit there. Jesus Christ, look at that. Okay, so the questions, let me just show you my face. So the questions, no detail for the sake of the tail, just nice, crispy product, exactly. We used to make that crazy thing with adding tons of detail, especially for the resin miniatures models. And you know, sometimes less is better. That's the secret of GW, by the way. One of the secrets. They designed, they're extremely, you know, they're very good in designing the miniatures. And there's a factor you should leave it for the plane on a miniature with no detail, which is then used for painting. So you need to have like a flat surface as well. That's something many designers don't really understand, that actually having less detail is better. It's much easier to paint, and people don't struggle with actually painting every single additional tiny element, which is crazy, right? Because of you have a soldier with, you know, tons of additional bits and bobs. It will take ages to paint it. You could have the same soldier with half of it. It would look a little bit you know, more like a miniature, less like a piece of art. Yeah, but yeah, but the painting will be then better, because we will, you know, the user won't suffer with brain damage whenever it needs to paint 66 different type of elements on the miniature itself. Yeah. So I was thinking of adding the Caves books on my pledge when a pledge manager opens, but we don't pay VAT on the books here. Does GameFound take that into account? It's not about what you pay in terms of VAT, it's about what... Okay, actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. This is something we need to look into it. Okay? Something we need to look into it. So I'll check that one, how the taxes works on the book elements, whether this either tax free or something. Sorry for the curveball, no worry about it. It's a good question, because we legally cannot charge you more. We cannot charge you tax which we're not going to be paying to your country. That's illegal, right? So we need to also get it right. I really want to know how this painting machine working. If you go back to one of the previous live AMA, I did show the video of this machine actually working in printing elements. It's basically UV printer, slightly modified for our needs, and heavily modified on the software to actually get it what we need from this machine. It's not 100% perfect yet, right? It probably never will be, because it's it follows the principles of printing, right? So I believe for our needs, for needs of our customers, and for your needs, I think it's more than enough. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to paint as good, as fast as this machine does. So yeah, that's that. So Orion, Master of Orion, or rather Orion. I'm showing you a picture which is just from playtesting, right? We did playtesting the other day. It's so small you won't be able to see many things. Yeah, you won't be able, because I cannot show you all of it yet. However, what I can show you is these things here on the side. So we've been designing buildings for Master of Orion and also ships. So we have them approved. That's one thing. How they go and how they look, you'll be very surprised, because we're not going to make any chip game. This is only sample, by the way. This is only sample. This is not the final whatsoever. But the buildings, this is the size of buildings you will find in the game, right? So they go like that. You can have 2 buildings on each of the of the universe. In each of the systems you control, right? So that's what it is. That's how they're going to look. Quite heavy, quite large. But we're not gonna go for tiny bits and bobs whatsoever. There'll be small modification to these buildings, because I want to also include the info here. What does it do? In most of the cases, it's just allowing you to generate more resources, right? That's what it is. And we have plenty of them already designed and 3D printed. These are just 3D prints, right? They're gonna be in a monocolor in the game for all the factions. Actually, for all the factions the same. However, the spaceship, every single faction is going to have its own spaceships. So, and all colors, and its own spaceship and its own colors. I played this game yesterday. Really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. I think it requires a little bit more of polishing here and there. And I do believe it's gonna be one of the 4Xs, which definitely gonna be challenging other 4X games, big one. In some degree, it's gonna deliver more, especially for aesthetic content and the size of it. So things I really hate, and you can see it here because we're using a spaceship from other game, which I absolutely hate in these games are, you're rolling empire. This is your empire, right? I mean, and then when you move a single ship across the board, and yeah, I know it's just indication of the ship, but we don't plan to do that. We plan to do slightly different. So you're gonna have a fleet basically of ships. Once we're ready to show you how everything will work and things like that, I will explain. But yeah, that's something which I'm very excited about it, and something you haven't seen in other games. So that's gonna be new and fresh. At least it will give you that feeling that you actually own a massive fleet, and at least it will be, presented on the table. Here, these three ships, for instance, you can place them almost in one square. In our game, it's gonna be taking up 3 spaces on each of the systems, right? So more like here, but it's gonna be on the bases, on a pole, and then you're gonna have a fleet there. So visually, it's gonna be looking much better. Same for the size of the components. We're not going for any tiny small components, so it's going to be quite heavy game, quite loaded game with a components and elements. Yeah, so in general, stay tuned because there's going to be more info. We've planned to run this one on a game found in the 4th quarter of this year, and we will see how it goes. Yeah. Heroes, Might and Magic battles. I'm really sorry for the comments today, really sorry for that. It's my kind of fault. I closed the window, but then I panic with many things, and it will take me some time to actually get it back now. So yeah, sorry for that. This is going to work. 1 second. No, it's not. It's not reading. It's showing me here, but it doesn't show us on the screen. Sorry for that. Yeah, but anyway, let me just check more questions. Okay. Is it possible to create a stacking layering effect with the stone bridges, or can they not hold the weight enough? Stacking effect with the bridges. One sec, let me just have a look. I don't think you're gonna be able to do any like type of, you know, heavy stacking. They haven't been designed that way, really. The only way stacking is basically moving. I don't think so you're gonna be able to stack them like the way you think, like going up one on top of another one. So I don't think so, no. Oh, that's a good question. So for the next AMA, can you dig out the very first thing that went through Prismacast and compare it to the most recent thing? Show how it go. Yeah, sure. I'll check that. I do have lots of samples here, which were very bad. We're still learning this machine and the process. So I'm assuming it's gonna be better and better over time. Yeah. I was hoping for the gate that would have optional head Serpent Cthulhu, perhaps for next time. Yeah, I was thinking it's gonna be much more taller, to be honest. I mean, at least we did like to this size. Should be good. We didn't want it to overgrow, because this is the size. Yeah. That was the oh, my camera is off, sorry. That's the size to comparing to any, you know, other towers. So we need to go definitely taller than the normal wall, or we couldn't go any bigger than double size wall, which would be probably there. Only because if you want to use this one with stackable, so have like the 2 layers of walls from the previous campaigns, it wouldn't work. So we need to be kind of be careful. But you have chamfers on the side here and there, so it allows you to actually stick next to the any type of wall in any configurations you want, like you would normally do with the Dangerous Laser system, right? Yeah, I'm back. Okay, so battles. I just want to quickly show you. So concepts. Alabadeers. Why not? Hello, Heaven. These are refreshed, refreshed concepts for the miniatures. What you can expect from this game. The team, Jakub and the team, just reporting to me literally this week about the progress of the game, and it's really advanced. So if you remember, we have a Jervis working on this one, we have Andy Chambers working on that project. We do have our own team here internally. It's now only about it's really only about now just getting miniatures done and get this one ready for the release for the next year. I was going to push the release date, but they told me it's too much advance and we should be, excuse me, and we're going to be okay with sticking with the dates. Then we have a Knights, right? So that's what you may expect, right? Crossbows. So I wanted to show you these concepts because A, you haven't seen them yet, I don't believe. Griffin. Then we have a skeleton. Dragon. You will find a new version of Dragon. It's going to be quite large, by the way, in the box. and then we have a ghosts. I do have more, but I decided to actually keep more for the next AMA. So when you join us next time, I'm going to be able to show you more concepts. Sculpting is going to start, I think, 2 or 3 months. We have 2 or 3 months away from sculpting. So once we have the first sculpts, we will, come back to you, and then we will show you how the miniatures. But it's gonna be a war game, and I'm really excited for this game, to be honest. Really excited. It's our first war game. This company was established to make war games, and we moved away from it many years ago to make RPG supplements. So now we're going back to roots. The idea roots, or roots of idea, or idea roots of making the war games. There's a question. Sorry, I cannot buy. Basically, yeah, the thing wasn't work. It's not working. No, it's not. I'm trying to. Okay, so question is, I cannot actually show you questions on the screen, by the way, because of I made it something. So. Do you have any size comparison between the models? How big the Griffin compared to human dragon size? Not yet scalable, but dragons and everything else will be to the scale of 32mm, which you might expect large dragons. By large dragons, I mean definitely dragons. So or maybe slightly bigger. Right, so just to compare to a 32mm model. There is. Yeah, you can see that, right? So yeah, that's that. Definitely also weapons packs, right? Not weapon packs, but all different weapon options that must be there. It's at the end of the day, it's a wargaming, so you need to have those things, and also upgradable options. So as you can see here, Griffin, it's armored or unarmored. So we need to make one version and then add additional elements to actually make the second version. We did that with our Phoenix. Our Phoenix model, you can assemble either with the armor or without the armor. So we know how to do it. We have expertise on that. Hello, is the proper way to ask the here about the shipping status for home? Tomorrow updates, please. Okay. In tomorrow updates, you should find the information on the thingy. Okay. Oro, gold. Hi, Jarek. Why are you speaking Spanish? Okay. Right. If you don't have any more questions, because I'm having this technical thingies and I'm really don't liking this, keeping me, yeah, no. That should be a line where this window is not a line, and it's just keeping me angry. I might have to finish. Orion was the first model with options. That's true. Orion actually, yes, that's correct. It was it had optional wings. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be finishing today. Thank you for being with me. Just as a reminder, I'm not available in the next couple of weeks, which means that I'll be back in a 3 weeks time, unless my team will be ready to do the AMA for me. So that's only one thing. I hope they will be able to do that, so that will be great for them to run it. If not, I'm back in 3 weeks time. Well, it's a business trip, so we have to fly half of the globe for that business trip, and then there's a 4 days of trade show, and then we have to come back to Poland. Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. Thank you for joining me. Please follow the updates tomorrow. I hope you get all the information in the updates. Both updates actually, because we're gonna post update for Heroes 3 and also gonna post update for Deus, not Deus Lair, Caves one, for the caves. Special unique cards will be with holo effects always. Yeah. No, well, the special unique cards will be with holo effect. With this holo effect needs to stay. So this is for the upgraded, not for the special, for the upgraded. But yes, that's for sure. UKG in 3 weeks. Hopefully, I will get a personal AMA. It's Mihao is gonna be there. Mihao is going to be there. And the other team, I might not be there unless something else happens. I will have to go there. Non-news concept for Titanomichy. Not today. Not today. Today we had a short version of other things, and I wanted to talk about the Heroes battles, and I want to show you these concepts. But it's on the plans to do that next AMA. So what you may expect from the next AMA, just quickly. Definitely, because we just closed the projects for the next year and for the 2026, at least for the first 2 months for 2020, first 2 quarters for 2026, I can actually do now properly and explain to you what is happening and what's going on. Okay. On a Stronghold expansion, not for the Stronghold today. Only there was a mention that Cove will be one of the additional expansions. So. It's a great cooperation between the Ubisoft fan base and us, and community projects, obviously, which something we didn't expect at the beginning, but it's great to see that we are allowed to do that. So that's that. Okay, I'm gonna be disappearing because there's technical difficulties. I'll try to do better next time. Sorry for that, and sorry for this window here. It's not aligned, and I don't like it like that. Yeah, keep thinking about it entire AMA, and I will see you on the next AMA. Oh, some more questions here. Yes, the units will be as per HOTA. That's correct. Yes, unit will be as per HOTA. The question is. Love Cove, so the units will be up as HOTA. Yes, I can confirm this one. Any thoughts on the Human Battleground and a Home 3 Battlefields crossover? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's 2 separate IPs, and I'm a little bit worried that somebody will be somebody just mean licenses. One of them might be not happy about it. Yeah. Neoprene battle mats are great investment for games like mats. By the way, there's a... Oh, I should have mentioned this. So, okay, yeah. Neoprene mats, great, but only if we're going to be making them in-house. I don't want to supply them from abroad because we cannot have control over the quality. Usually samples should be looking like the final product, but that wasn't the case last time when we did that with neoprene mats abroad. Okay, I'm gonna be finishing, right, because it doesn't work. I mean, the chat doesn't work. Thank you for the good luck in the USA. Yeah, it needed because it's a licensing trade show. I have like literally 6 meetings, and every single one is extremely important. So we'll see how they go. I will let you know once I'm back. Okay, later, and thank you. Bye.